My name is Timothy Trespass, and unfortunately I found myself targeted, given Morgellons and other various diseases. And what are we looking at here? Well, no, I'm sorry. This is not a glass of champagne. What it is, however, is a glass of my urine. Now, I've been really sick for the past few days, and I've been living in this environment where these microorganisms fill the air and we cannot seem to rid ourselves of them. So I imagine that most of this stuff floating in here is microorganisms, alive, or some variation on, that, and, your body trying to get rid of whatever. Now, it looks to me like there's a lot of prostasis fluid in there, especially on the bottom, where you can see it's sort of clumped up. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know how to test to see, what that is. I guess I could culture it. But as you can see, it's creating long strands in there. To me, this looks like the beginnings of any fermentation, fungus or mold or yeast. When you put it into something and you start growing it. And it's kind of hard to show. Oh, I got stuff jumping in my eyes. Oh, God. Anyway. So, those are not hairs. Those are not dust. It's not, you tell me what the fuck it is. If you can tell me how to test it, how to put on the microscope, how to culture it, how to prove and figure out what it is, I'd love to know. Otherwise, this is, what's coming out of me. And what's living inside of me. And no wonder I'm so fucking sick. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get rid of it. There's plenty more where that came from. There was a time when these crazy people really went to town on us, where literally I did the same thing, peed in a cup, actually that time because I just had to go, and when I looked at it, it appeared like the bubbles were popping and things were shooting out of the top of the cup. So, to check to see whether or not this was reality, I held it in front of several sources of light, and sure enough, this thing was bubbling and foaming and shooting, little things were shooting out of the cup. And as I'm holding this plastic cup in front of the light sources, looking at the thing, it's in my hand, it's not getting tremendously hot or anything, it's just, I'm looking at it, and it begins to melt. The plastic cup begins to melt in my hand, and the urine begins to drip. So I run to the bathroom to dispose of the whole thing, but clearly there were millions of little tiny round creatures in there, jumping around, shooting out, whatever. Also, there was such either acidic or pH or nano assembling, I don't know what it was, but it disassembled that plastic cup. So, what's it doing inside of me? Anyway, they look to me like when you look at cultures of bacteria, cultures of fungus, cultures of any microorganisms, that they clump together like that, and when you look at them under the microscope, you begin to see what they are. But that stuff looks to me just like any other culture of living stuff. So, thanks for watching. God bless you all.